Hello, everyone. My guest today is Guillaume Wallet. He is the founder and CEO of a company called Phantom Buster. All right, Guillaume, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, sure.
All right, tell us what the company does and what's the revenue model. How do you guys make money?
Today we are working for marketers, and we decided to help them to create leads using social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and mix this data to have the most interesting leads that they need.
Okay, and so how do you do this?
We are automating websites and social networks with little APIs that make some work, some easy work that you can combine together to create your own growth engine.
Okay, and give me a general sense of what companies or marketers are paying to use your technology on average per month.
Right now, it's more than $100 per month.
Okay, something like that. That's great. And put this on a timeline for me. When did you guys launch?
We launched in 2016, but we were a tool for developers at this time, and we pivot in 2017.
So tell me how much you guys spent building the MVP before you had your first dollar of revenue.
It was something like 500K.
And why was it so expensive to build it?
Because it took a lot of time for us to build the product.
Mm-hmm. How did you get the first 10 kind of customers?
We spent some time in San Francisco, and we met some influencers. And when one of them talked about us, we had our first.
You said freelancers?
Users. No, influencers.
Oh, who was it? Who talked about you first?
I talked to Guillaume Caban and Josh Fester, for example.
Josh Felcher?
Fester.
Which company was he with?
BAMF, BAMF.
Ah, yeah. Okay, so that was how you got kind of the first 10 customers. And then how many customers are you serving today?
More than 1,000 paying users.
Yeah, 1,000 paying, and how many total free and paid?
30,000.
30,000. So what's the critical moment? I mean, how do you know when to put up the paywall to get people who are using it for free to convert to paid?
Right now, our users are using one API at a time, and when they really understand that they need to combine APIs together, they start to pay.
Mm-hmm. And so, can I do the math? 1,000 customers right now paying on average $100 a month. You guys are doing about $100,000 per month right now in revenue.
Almost, yes.
Okay. And what were you about a year ago? Do you remember?
A year ago, we were at $4,000.
$4,000 a month. Okay,
MRR.
so that's nice. That's obviously nice growth year over year. What changed? What did you guys do to drive the growth?
We talked to our users, and we decided to be very active with the growth marketer community.
How did you do that though? Specifically, what websites did you engage with?
We worked a lot on Facebook, on specific Facebook groups. Yes, and it was and on LinkedIn too. So we were where our users are, and it's on social networks and Facebook groups. There is a lot of people here.
So which Facebook group was the most effective for you in terms of which one gave you the most new customers?
It's hard to say. I would say the BAMF, Badass Marketers and Founder group, Facebook group.
Got it. Is Josh an investor in the company?
Nope.
Okay. Have you guys bootstrapped today, or did you raise capital?
We raised capital in France, 600K last September.
And are you looking to raise now?
Not right now. We want to finish the second version of Phantom Buster, and we will raise money when we come back in the US, maybe in the middle of next year.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think the right amount at that time will be to raise? You talking like 3, 4, 5 million, or what would you target?
Something between 3 and 5.
Okay. And what would you, I mean, why do you need to take that dilution? Why can't you kind of just grow the company based off revenues?
We can do that, but it's not the same company. We can grow slowly but surely. But we want to create a workflow marketplace where developers will be able to create new APIs and marketers will be able to create new actionable strategies. And it's a lot of software. So we need a lot of engineers, and we want to grow fast because the competition is here. So
Who do you compete with?
We need to. With some there's Zapier, for example. This is possible to combine APIs together on Zapier. This is very powerful, and we definitely want to do the same thing with scraping based APIs, but also with more classic APIs. So we need to grow fast.
And what's your team size today? How many folks?
Today we are 9. 9. We're 9.
And are you burning capital right now to drive growth, or are you cash flow positive?
Right now, today, we're cash flow positive, but we want to double the team in the next quarter. So that will change.
And are the customers? I mean, are they sticky? When you look at churn over the past month, what's it been?
It's not that great, actually. We want to work on that. Our churn rate is more than 6%, 7% actually, every month. So it's a lot.
So annually, you're churning about 84% of the base. And do you have any expansion revenue? Like, do you upsell people, or do you not really have any upsell metrics right now?
Yes, we. Sorry, can you repeat the question? Because
are you upselling people at all? Do you have any things to upsell customers, or no?
Yes, we do. When we are able to explain to our users that they can use more than one API, they upsell.
So you lose, call it 7% a month, but how much do you expand by? Not new customer additions, but upselling old customers.
80%.
80?
80.
And that's annual?
No, sorry, 18. sorry. 18%.
Okay. 18, and that's annually or monthly?
Monthly.
Okay, that would mean that each year your expansion revenue is almost 216%, 18% a month.
Yes, 18% a month. It's yes.
Okay, so 18% expansion minus 7% churn, right, would mean basically you have, what is that, 12% a month in net revenue, or 112% net revenue retention per month.
Yes.
Okay, you understand why that math doesn't make sense, correct?
Yes.
Do you understand why that math doesn't make sense?
Sorry, I don't have the connection. The math doesn't. Okay. Just okay.
Yeah, Guillaume, I'm not saying anything.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
The connection's fine.
About that. So the MRR is more than 50,000 per month. MRR.
What is your MRR today?
50,000.
Okay, not 100,000. So you have 1,000 customers paying on average $50 a month for $50,000 a month in revenue. Is that correct?
Yep.
And a year ago, you were doing about $4,000 a month.
Yep.
Okay. What I'm asking about are your churn metrics, right? So you said you're churning 7% of your revenue each month. My question was expansion revenue. Do you know what your expansion revenue is? 18% doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes it's just how we measure stuff, right? So like if you look at the customers you signed up exactly 1 year ago, and you look at, let's say it was $10,000 a month in revenue is what you signed up exactly a year ago. What you're saying is you'll churn.
I'm not really. I'm not really comfortable to share those numbers. So I tried to make something in average, and the math didn't work. Do I have to share those numbers?
No, you don't. The problem is you already, I'm just only asking questions about numbers you already shared. The numbers you shared don't make any sense. So you're saying you just made them up?
Because I made a mistake because I wanted to make some average numbers, and
okay.
It was not.
Fair enough. Let's just stick to, you said 7% churn per month. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. We just won't talk about it.
Yes. And it's an issue for us to have this churn, and we're working very hard to change that, and that it will be. This is a lot of work that we had to change for the new version of Phantom Buster. So we are focusing on the churn for the next version.
How do you think you drive churn down? I mean, the problem is, look, I use Phantom Buster, so I will use it like 1 month on a campaign and then I cancel. Like I have no need to keep using it every single month. I imagine a lot of customers are like that. So how do you make it more sticky?
We need to give to our users actionable strategies that works on the long term. Because when you want to, for example, when you want to grow your audience on LinkedIn, you will have to always find new leads to add into your audience, and that is something that we need to push because right now a lot of our users, just as you said, need to extract some data from LinkedIn, and that's it. So our work right now is to explain that we need to create workflows, and a workflow is a combination of different APIs that can work for you in the long term. And this is the purpose of Phantom Buster.
You had some success on Product Hunt back in February with 1,400 upvotes. Help me understand how that worked for the company. So typically when we interview folks and they had a successful Product Hunt launch, they'll see anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 website hits that day if they rank number one. How many hits did Product Hunt drive you when you ranked really high?
Not that much, actually. It was more something like it was awareness. But we didn't have the a peak of subscriptions during this campaign.
How many hits did it drive you though in February?
Sorry, how much what?
Yeah, Guillaume, so when you launched on Product Hunt on February 13th, all I'm asking is how many website hits did it drive that day?
I don't have the number.
Okay. Do you have a general estimate? I mean, are we talking like thousands or tens of thousands of hits?
More than a couple thousand.
Couple of thousand. Okay. And was that a meaningful group in terms of actually converting them to paid, or did you not see a lot of paying customers come from Product Hunt?
No, not that much.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know. A lot of people who talked about Phantom Buster were already users and some paying users because we made some campaign to our paying users, so it can explain that we didn't have more as much as we thought the new paying users.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think part of the issue with this is exactly what Hubert, a Product Hunt commenter, said, which is people can abuse this tool, right? And then, from an investor perspective, they're going to ask you questions like, well, will LinkedIn shut you down and things like that? So while the tool is very valuable to people who use it responsibly, how do you deal with irresponsible users or potential platforms shutting you off from leveraging your API inside of it, like LinkedIn?
That's a very interesting question. First of all, we ask our users to use their social networks carefully, and we say, okay, you can automate stuff, but you will not be able to go more. You do more things than that. What LinkedIn allows you to do. So there is rate limits, and you need to be lower than those rate limits. So our users are taking this advice, and they're doing the work well. And about what we do, we're just automating stuff. And we are not selling data or sharing data.
Yeah, but like LinkedIn, for example, I mean, have you had any contact with LinkedIn? Have they asked you to shut down?
No.
Okay. Do you think that they like that you enable people to essentially connect with up to 200 people every day, hitting their rate limit, basically at scale, just prospecting?
It depends on what kind of stuff you're doing on LinkedIn, but no, I don't really understand, because it is exactly the same thing as asking your intern, for example, to do repetitive, simple things. So it's just doing one stuff at a time, and it's simple actions that you can do by yourself. But you don't have your time is too valuable to do it. So we are automating stuff at a human volume.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, let's wrap up here, Guillaume, with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
I have. Let me. No, I don't have.
Okay, none is fine. Number two,
it's cheesy, right? Lean Startup.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Yes, I really like to follow what Algolia's CEO is doing.
Yep. And guys, if you want to see more of the Algolia interview and how they hit $40 million in ARR, you can go listen to that interview back 5 episodes ago. Number three, what's your favorite online tool, Guillaume, for scaling your company besides your own?
I really like Lemlist, of course.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot of stuff to do on Zendesk. We are working a lot on Zendesk and understand what the customer success is, because it's very important for us. They work. Zendesk.
Great. Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
8. I need to sleep a lot.
And how old are you?
I'm 32.
32. And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
I am kind of married. In France, there is something like Pax. It's kind of married.
Okay, not married. Any kids?
No, not yet.
And last question, what do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
What
20-year-old self knew. Something you wish you knew when you were 20.
I wished to be a very powerful developer, but I changed the way I worked, and now I'm a CEO. I'm not a developer at all. But when I was 20, I really wanted to be a very great engineer.
Guys, Phantom Buster serving 1,000 customers, paying $50 a month, doing $50,000 a month in revenue, up from $4,000 a month just a year ago. Spent about $500,000 to build their MVP, and today have raised $600,000. They are profitable, team of 9 people. Churn is a major issue, 7% churn. That's monthly, so 84% annually. They are working on bringing that down by making giving more use cases to their customers to stick over longer periods of time. Hoping to raise a $3 to $5 million round and call it Q2, Q3 2020 when they're back in the States. In the meantime, Guillaume, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you very much.